So I just got back from playing cards. Every Wednesday night is card night for Dependent Fanatic and friends and family. We all gather together, um, eat good food, play good cards. And normally there's like at least 5 people, up to 14 people at some nights. So it's a fun night. We all gather together, trade stories, talk about things. I listen mostly, but I got to watch on card night. The game was on in the background, and Michigan basketball. Um, what can I say? They are Crusaders. They beat Oregon at home, a 16-6 team. Michigan goes now to 17-5 after winning this game. But from what I saw while watching the Michigan Wolverine basketball program, they had a good night. Michigan won 80-76. And I think the difference in this game was Michigan made enough free throws once again in a close yet physical game down the stretch in Big Ten play to go to 17-5, 9-2 in conference, and beat a good Oregon team that was hungry for a win. They just lost their previous 3 games, now 4 in a row. Michigan had 3 more turnovers than Oregon. They tied in rebounds. Field goal percentage was tied. 3-point percentage was tied. Why did Michigan win? Cheddar had 16 points off the bench, but I think it came down to free throws for Michigan once again. After winning by 3 against Rutgers on the road, 4 tonight. Michigan's offense clashes with the Big Ten. They butt heads. They butt heads. Michigan's offense is a little more finesse than I would like it to be still. But man, when they're allowed to be that way, arguably top 10 team in the nation. When they are being held and penalized for things that probably shouldn't happen in the Big Ten, they have to be more physical, and they were versus an Oregon team, like I said, that was hungry. So it came down to free throws. Michigan's offense clashes with what Big Ten officials see on a regular basis in the league. And if Michigan is allowed to play free and isn't held or fouled, then Michigan can be an elite basketball team, in my opinion. But officials muddy it up. They did in this game, and it allows physical play. It's not good for Michigan when that kind of a style starts to take form, but Michigan is learning amongst each other. The head coach is learning the Big Ten. The players he brought in their first year in the Big Ten, they're learning that, people are going to grab you, hit you, beat you down in the Big Ten. That's what it is. So, and that's what's so exciting about these last couple of wins for the University of Michigan, something that they couldn't do last year. They are capable of winning a physical battle, and that is key because they have Purdue coming up. Well, they have on the road at Indiana next, then Purdue coming up, and then Michigan State a couple of times, Maryland. There's going to be some tough games going forward, but Michigan is now on the road at Indiana next. Michigan is 4-0 on the road in the Big Ten, including Wisconsin, USC, UCLA, and Rutgers. So they have proven that they can win anywhere, everywhere, and they've proven they can win in different battles. The only thing they have to do is not turn the ball over to make these games so close going forward. And everyone's been preaching that. They lead the league in turnovers, but Michigan is an amazing team, and as long as their offense is allowed to go play like they will be able to in the NCAA tournament, it'll be interesting to see if Michigan can win the Big Ten regular season or the Big Ten tournament. But I think they can win. I think they're best suited, this team, for the NCAA tournament, where referees are going to call games fair. They're going to let freedom of movement happen. And 2 7-footers for Michigan, one that can shoot the lights out, one that can dunk and be a down on the block master. Not master, but presence. He needs to master it going forward. Vlad Golding is the guy I'm talking about. Missed a dunk. But this team is built perfectly. The coach is learning what the Big Ten wants to do, and I think I think we're doing great. We've already doubled wins from last season. Michigan only had 8 last year, it's 17 now, and only 5 losses. And I had a video on Dusty May and asking, is he capable of winning the National Coach of the Year? Some people commented. One person laughed. I don't understand why he laughed or she. The team is built. The players are learning and adapting to their new system. The 7 transfers that are coming in that Dusty May brought in are learning now. And I'm excited, man. I think we're going to beat Indiana on the road. And then after that, Purdue is at home. And we have to be able to respond like they did. That was Michigan's worst loss of the season by almost 30 points at Purdue. We got to bounce back and say, no, we can do that to you too after we beat Indiana on the road. So I'm proud of this Michigan basketball program as the dependent fanatic. I've been watching for decades now, been through the Tommy Amaker years. Who was before that? Well, before that, we were actually good, and then Mary Sue Coleman gave us the self-imposed sanctions. They took down the banners of the Fab Five. Tommy Amaker comes in. He's doing okay. Beeline finally shows up, and he gets us to 2 national titles, wins 4 Big Ten titles for Michigan, and goes to Cleveland. I don't understand. But he's gone. And then Juwan Howard, one of the Fab Five, comes back and does great in his first year. And then every year after that gets worse and worse and worse. He got the top players. Some of them. His recruiting classes were good. But where was the camaraderie? Where was the team? Enter Dusty May. And Dusty May brings in Vlad Golden, Danny Wolf, Roddy Gale from rival Ohio State, Donaldson from Auburn. He brings all these guys in, and all of a sudden, he doubles the record from last year, and it's gonna be a 25-win program, I think, at the end of the season. So, man, triple the wins from last year. I think he could be the National Coach of the Year, but that's I digress. What do you think of this win at home versus Oregon? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, all that. But go blue, baby.